Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. This is GaiAna Ascended. My name is Anastasia, and today's Pick a Card Love Tarot reading topic is going to be messages from your person's heart and soul, messages from basically their higher self and their deepest, innermost, heartfelt, possibly even thoughts, feelings, basically what this person would tell you if they were connected to their heart and to their soul and their higher self. So a lot of people who watch tarot are watching about someone who is struggling to express themselves, to show up correctly, to embrace the relationship, to really show up. That is a lot of what people watch tarot for, is because they don't feel that they are in a connection where they understand the person or the person is showing up for them. So rather than just keep repeating topics like how does someone feel or how does someone think, which, I have to do these things in order for the algorithm to pick up the channel, to pick up the videos, to promote them to new viewers because of the nature of YouTube. But I am going to be sprinkling in as often as possible readings that help you grow, readings that help you understand this person's soul, this person's heart, this person's truth, even when they aren't showing up in everyday life in this way for you. So this reading is messages from their heart and their soul to you, whatever comes through from their higher self, their best self, the best version of them. And this can be anyone in your life, but it will be a romantic reading. So if this is about a friend or family member, you can just disregard the romantic messages. So for pile one, we will start with this beautiful red calcite. It reminds me of an arrowhead, although it isn't one. And you have this beautiful card and reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And you have the Orion's Animal Tarot. For pile two, you have this raw, tumbled, well, it's not really raw, but it's natural tumbled emerald. It's not like the emerald faceted fancy gem, but it is real emerald. And you have this card here. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And you have the Light Seers Tarot. Pile three, you have this Chevron Amethyst. And this card. And friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. And you have the Dreaming Way Tarot. So we're actually going to do the Pick by Zodiac next, and I'm just going to give everybody the thing that I say for everyone. We're just going to do it once. I've been doing it twice because of the timestamp for this, and I'm just going to say it all at the end. Most people who watch from the beginning just kind of watch all the way through until their pile anyway. So, all right. So for pile one, your zodiac signs are Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Taurus. For pile two, you have Sagittarius and all the water signs. So you have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Which leaves for pile three, Air and Earth. We have Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Libra. Okay. So remember to never make major life decisions based on a general YouTube tarot reading. If the message isn't for you, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. There's no need to focus on messages that are not for you. Just focus on the messages that are for you, as this is a general tarot reading. If a reading is triggering or it doesn't resonate, you can always click off or choose another pile, another video, or another reader. Yeah, so tune into your own energy. Don't overthink it. Choose whichever pile you feel drawn to the most, regardless of the sign. And the timestamps will be pinned in the comments. They will also be in the description box, along with my email and links for some products, Otter Spirit Bracelets, and my Juicy Love Messages mini Love Messages deck. So, tune in, choose whichever pile or piles you are drawn to the most, and I will see you in your reading. Hello and welcome, pile 1. If you chose this Red Calcite, the Orion's Animal Tarot, and this beautiful card here that says reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Or if you chose by Zodiac, we have Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Taurus. This is going to be your reading on your person's messages from their heart and soul for you. Okay, so we will go ahead and look at the overall energy between you and your person. We have the confirmations. We'll have letters and numbers today. We'll have advice, messages, cards, all of the usual. So we'll get into the tarot in just a moment, but let's find out. Oh, there's something on there. The overall energy, what's going on between you and your person at this time. So we have detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. So you could be detaching from this person in this situation at this time. Both of you could be detaching. It does feel like a connection where you're giving each other some space. We have grounding, stability, security, performance, growth, endurance. So she's meditating. So yeah, there's this feeling of, okay, we both need to just focus on our own stability. We need to ground. We need to take some space. Clarity, truth, intentions, honesty. So it does feel like, you know, whether or not your person is communicating with you right now, there's something about just getting really honest with oneself, just stabilizing. Look all this. Look at all this brown energy. So there is a feeling of like, I'm going to put these actually right here. There's a feeling of doing what is best. Maybe even looking at some photos or looking at old memories and just revisiting the past to get some sort of clarity and ground yourself in the truth of the situation instead of like maybe some sort of fantasy or maybe an idealization of the situation. We have sturdy support, build a strong foundation with combined effort, united, lasting, stable. So this is beautiful energy. This is about stabilizing individually so that you can come together and actually have a connection that is clear, honest, and truthful. So yeah, 10 of Pentacles, okay. So this could be somebody that you are in a connection with. You could be in a relationship right now with this person and you're just taking some space to focus on yourselves. There could be, maybe you're even going to meditation class and doing exercise with this person. Maybe you're getting together to do things, but you're still taking a lot of space, or you could be doing these things on your own. And we have worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Look at this beautiful purple energy. So yeah, it does feel like there's a need to clear your mind. So it does feel like this is a connection that has the potential to be a very grounded, very stable, honest connection, but it does require both of you to find that stability and that grounding on your own at this time. Okay, so let's see. What are your person's messages from their heart and soul? What do they want you to know from their heart and soul? What do they want to say to you? These are a bit slippery. We have the star, so we have Aquarius energy here. This compass is making me think of like the North Star. So this also makes me think of Dory and the Finding Nemo, where they had to jump on the top of the jellyfish because actually anything other than the top of the jellyfish will sting you, and it could kill you depending on the type of jellyfish it is. So there's something about like having to go within and yeah, there's like having an outer protection or an outer shield to the things on the inside that are hurtful, that could hurt. So it's almost like there's a feeling of your person saying, look, I'm going within and I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to become the best version of myself. I'm trying to point myself in the correct direction here. I don't want to hurt anybody with whatever's going on inside of me. I may be feeling a bit defensive. I may be struggling right now to show up for other people because I really need to make sure that I'm going in the right direction that I need to be going. And there's some things that are sensitive, some things that are, painful that, if you touch those places in me, they could end up hurting you, hurting both of us. Interesting. I love how the jellyfish is being used as part of the message. I just love these cards. All right, so King of Swords. Yeah, this is somebody who's coming through and saying, like, I'm trying to make rational, logical decisions about this with you. I want to be coming from a place of clarity, maturity. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to change. I struggle to possibly, approach things with an emotional sensitivity. Maybe this person uses their intellect to avoid this sensitivity. They keep showing me like the starfish, not the starfish, the jellyfish on the star card. Like this dangerous part has to do with this person's sensitivities. Like they protect their sensitivities, their tender places with logic, with discernment, and trying to keep their feelings out of things. And it could be that this is someone who's saying, look, I want a mature, healthy relationship, and so I'm doing the work. And I want us both to do the work. I want us both. There's something here about we both need to be stable and grounded. We both need to stop being afraid or worried or overly sensitive here for this to work. So there has to be some sort of like major transformation if there's any kind of instability between the two of you. Yeah, and your person's like, I'm trying to show up maturely. I'm trying to get clarity. I'm trying to be stable. I'm trying to work on these sensitive parts of myself and heal them so they don't hurt someone else. Okay, what is coming through here today from my pile one's person's heart and soul? What are their messages? Strength. Yeah, so this is feeling like divine masculine energy coming through here with this beautiful stag. So Leo energy with the strength card. Yeah, this person is working on their physical strength too. They may be very much trying to become the best version of themselves. So it does feel that way. Your person's saying like, I'm trying to become the best version of myself. I'm trying to show up correctly. I'm trying not to allow my weaknesses, my vulnerabilities, my anger, my frustrations to pour out onto others. And I need both of us to, there's something here about like needing to be calm, needing to learn how to approach things in a calm, clear, direct way. So I feel like your person is saying, yeah, I want to be that person. And I'm working toward being that person. I'm trying to get honest with myself about what I need to do to show up, how I need to be gentle, how I need to be strong, clear, but also gentle and vulnerable at the same time. And that is something that I'm still learning. Okay. Eight of Swords. Yeah, I'm still learning how to be strong. I still have a lot of insecurities around my looks, around my health, around whether or not I can show up for somebody. I'm feeling very protective of myself right now. And I don't want you to see that side of me. I don't want you to feel insecure. I don't want to make you feel insecure because of my insecurities. And that I do have a great deal of passion for you. That I do have a vision for us, but my insecurities are getting in the way. And in order for this to last, in order for this to be stable, I have to work through these insecurities, these fears on my own. Messages from their heart and soul, please. Nine of Swords. The Hermit. I struggle. Yeah, this person is saying, like, I struggle with a lot of insecurities, a lot of fear, a lot of worry about whether or not I can be that person for you, or if I've lost you forever, you know? Because for some of you, maybe you're thinking about separating because, you know, you're already in a connection with this person. This is stressing me out too. This is really interesting, this situation right here, the worry card. It's like I can't stop fretting and touching it and fidgeting with it. And this deck that isn't stable or flat. So that's definitely significant here. It's like your person is saying, look, I have to protect myself right now. And I have to do the most logical, practical thing right now, which is to lock myself away and to grow. I have a lot of fears. I'm tormented. There's a lot that I worry about, that I know that I need to be a better person. Six of Pentacles. There's a lack of reciprocity for most of you in this connection because this person is actually not capable of showing up in this strength energy with this clarity, with this honesty. So they're like, I may lose you. I understand that I may lose you, or I may have already lost you, but I have to work on this. Yeah. Okay, so messages from pile one's person's heart and soul. Please forgive me. Yeah, forgive me for having to withdraw and heal. Please forgive me for any ways that I've hurt you because of my own fears, vulnerabilities, and tender places. Please forgive me for maybe not even being emotional in the ways that you needed me to, or too emotional. For some of you, this person was too vulnerable, too emotional, too moody. And for others of you, this person was too cold and like withdrawn. Okay, it's somebody here. Some of you have someone who's like impulsive and passionate and moody, and some of you have someone who's like trying to bottle that all up with like logic and kind of a cool exterior. But the same message applies, that this person is saying that they are sorry for however they've hurt you because of these out of balance parts of themselves. And this is messages from their heart and soul. So this person does want to speak their heart. They do want to heal. They want to confess something to you as well. There's some sort of fear or anxiety. Maybe there's some sort of dishonesty for some of you. There's some sort of truth that this person needs to bring to you. Whatever that's about, that's not what we're looking into in this reading, unless it comes out, you know, from their heart and soul. But there's something that they feel like they need to confess or admit to you, or, you know, that they feel guilty about here. And it does feel more like the fact that they can't show up for you. Yeah, that they're not the version of themselves that you need right now, and that they have to separate themselves or go within. And this is Virgo energy, by the way, with Hermit. What are the messages from your heart and soul, please? Until debt tear us apart. Saturn. Saturn just went retrograde if you're watching this when I'm filming, so this could be significant. Restrictions, adversity, structure, learning karmic lessons, maturity. Yeah, this person is needing to mature. I am trying to become this version of myself for you. This person could also be in debt. There could be a financial breakdown. If you divorce this person, or something happened with your finances when you were with this person, they want to apologize. They want to, admit that they were the cause of this breakdown because of lessons that they had to learn when it comes to either money or an emotional debt, an emotional, a lack of capacity when it comes to their emotions, handling their emotions, expressing them in a healthy, balanced way, showing up maturely. Also, there's smoke and there's fire here. So there's something here about, yeah, somebody could have really sabotaged this connection with, whenever I see this, sometimes I think of someone who's like smoking a lot of some kind of substance that they're addicted to. You know, it could be anything extreme, or, you know, it could be legal, illegal. It could be cigarettes, all the way to, you know, something I'm not even going to mention because I don't want to trigger the algorithm. But it's like, I'm sorry that my inability to show up and take care of myself, because of the wounds that I have and the ways that I escape those wounds. Some of them, it could even be like gambling or overspending. Whatever it is, it's like, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm trying to master these things. I'm trying to learn my lesson here. What are the messages from their person's heart and soul, please? Venus offer. That they want to be strong, stable, grounded. That they want to be someone who can offer you love. That the truth is that they do see you as this beautiful, creative, attractive person, and that they wish they could offer you their heart, and that you deserve someone who can offer you their heart. And Venus is Taurus Libra energy, and Saturn is Capricorn. What messages are from their heart and soul for my pile ones, please, from their person? Lost, wounded. Okay, it's really interesting. Maintenance is going to be back, and I'm going to have to pause again. But it's really interesting that maintenance is here, because they're early. They're supposed to be coming tomorrow through Friday. So something about someone showing up early, doing early maintenance, trying to handle a problem before it gets out of control. But this person is coming through from their heart and soul and saying that they don't feel enough. They do feel insecure, sad, left out in the cold. But yeah, it's like there's just some lessons that have to be learned here. And they really need balance between the two of you. So if they're feeling insecure, if they're feeling wounded, if they're not feeling good enough, even though they miss you and they think that this is an incredible opportunity, they need to go within, and they need to like reinforce and heal and protect those parts of themselves that are wounded, and to ground themselves. And they need to handle some of these things, especially if they are in debt, or they are struggling with their mental health. And it's interesting because what he's here to do is the caulking in the bathtub. That's just not, he redid it, but it's just not staying in this one area. It's not sticking. It's not sealing things. So, you know, mold and other things and water, you know, stuff can get behind it, and it can grow, and things can fester and become a bigger problem if they're not properly sealed, right? So it does feel like this person needs to heal some wounds. They need to recover from something. And, you know, as much as they want you to know that they miss you and they're sorry and they care, and they want the love between the two of you, and it could be an incredible connection. They're not denying that. They're not ready. Okay. The world, new cycle. So they do want to overcome these insecurities, these fears, this potentially insomnia, guilt. They want to overcome it. They want to put an end to these restrictions, these difficulties, these wounds. They want to complete the cycle here and be successful. They still see the potential between the two of you. And they are somewhat leaving this up to fate. And this could be, again, a financial thing. For some of you, very specifically, it has to do with money. And so it does feel like the energy is shifting and changing. And they are seeking either support from the divine through prayer and meditation, or, you know, they're leaving kind of things up to a certain level of fate. Certain things happened too that may have affected this person, things from outside themselves, world, global issues, or things that were beyond their control, like lessons that they were having to go through, that they're just not ready. Yeah, and maybe somebody here may have mood swings. Yeah, trust issues. They may have conflicts, manipulation patterns, or they may have had that in their life. Some of them could be soldiers with PTSD. They had a very manipulative parent. They learned really unhealthy coping mechanisms, and they're trying to heal. Yeah. This could be someone that uses, like with the King of Swords, controlling their emotions and blocking their emotions to deal with a lot of this internal pain and anguish, and they know that they have to heal this. Yeah. This could be a parent too, very much so, like an abusive parent, some sort of childhood wound. Yeah, family, from their family of origin, okay? So they're working through some very deep wounds, behaviors, patterns, and they want you to know that they want to reach a place where those things shift, that they want to mature, that they want to be able to offer you love, that they want to build a foundation, that they're sorry that they can't be enough for you right now, but they do miss you, and that they do want your forgiveness, and they do feel guilty for not being able to show up for you. Okay, anything else? Pain. Yeah, that they are in pain. They are very much afraid of causing more pain or of hurting you. And they are afraid they've already caused pain here. They want you to know that you're very beautiful, you're very handsome. Okay, he's back. Okay, we're back. No more interruptions. My tub is sealed. And everything happens for a reason on my videos, so something about that could have been significant. Also, someone's name could be Adam, or they could be from Kentucky, because those are some little synchronicities in regard to my maintenance guy. So, back to what we were doing here. So this person's messages from their heart and soul to you, they feel like this is a very beautiful, very sacred, very powerful connection between the two of you, but they are struggling with insecurities, fears, possibly mental health issues. There's some sort of debt or addiction or issue that this person has had to recover from, childhood trauma, something like that, previous relationship trauma. There's a lot going on inside this person. And so their heart and soul is coming through and telling you that they are sorry if they are not showing up for you correctly, if they are needing to protect themselves, if they are needing to remove themselves in order to ground and stabilize, if they are experiencing a lot of fear, worry, and they want you to know that they want to end this cycle and they want things to be successful between the two of you. There could even be a long distance with this travel message as well. And so they do want to be able to close that gap, that distance, emotionally or physically with you. And yet they are also sort of leaving this up to fate, to the divine in some way, because they don't feel like they have control over this. And there is something very extreme here. So this could have been something that they went through from a childhood parental figure or a previous relationship. Yeah. And they need time. They need time to heal. And their intention here is to become more grounded, more stable, more mature, to heal, and to go within and work through these things. They're also coming through and saying that they do cling to this a bit. They may be feeling a little bit like they're looking at your pictures and there's a feeling of remorse and maybe even a little bit of trying to spy on you if there's a block, or if there's if you turned away from this person and could have been because they hadn't worked through these things and they were hurting you. They are still holding on to you. And there also could have been some sort of, with this, she's got plastic wrap over her face. Some of these images are so intense in these cards. So there could have been some sort of very extreme trauma in this person's life. It's really showing through. that there was something that made them feel like they were suffocating, or that they couldn't speak, or maybe they'd had obsessive controlling partners, or, you know, they just don't trust love anymore. So they're working through that. And get one more of these. Yeah, they really cannot handle any more stress, any more turbulence, arguments. Turbulence makes me think of an airplane too. So there could be, somebody could even need to fly and have like a fear of flying. That's a really just one-off for some of you. So if there's a long distance and this person would have to fly to you, they may not be able to get on the plane. And they may need to overcome that. It's very, very specific, but it is coming through. Yeah, I do feel like right now this person is hiding behind a mask. They are trying to control themselves. And for a lot of you, this person is coming to terms with something very difficult to look at in themselves. The ways that they create their own problems, and they refuse to see their own blind spots where they do things that hurt other people because of these blind spots that have occurred due to previous abuse, trauma, or mental health issues here, or addictions. So this person is really trying to become a better version of themselves. And there is something about not wanting this to fully be over, and actually really seeing the potential between the two of you here. So any other messages from their heart and soul, please? Freedom. Yeah, healthy space and room to breathe, which was, you know, the cover card here. So that is what this person needs right now. They need healthy space. They need room to breathe. They need the freedom to go through these changes. Magnetism. Yeah, but they do feel pulled towards you. There is a very strong energy here. And some of them need to feel free from this intense pull. It's overwhelming to them. It's triggering to them. And they're struggling to find balance between this intense magnetic draw to you and the need that they have right now for space. So there could be healing around attachment and, you know, being dependent on another person for their self-worth. So some of you may feel this is their twin flame. We have heart, body, mind, and soul. So they do have more than just a desire. They feel connected in their heart to you. They feel connected to you in their body, in their mind, and their soul. So it's more than just their heart and soul coming through this reading. And they do feel the fullness of this connection. Some of them really are falling in love here, and they're wanting to give this a chance. And they do want to heal, but right now they need space. They need space. Yeah. So there's something here about having faith that things can work out, and they're just right now surrendering, and they're trying to sort this stuff out in themselves. Yeah, it's just kind of repeating the message here. They do know that they need to show up and say the right things, and they need to mean them. They need to show up, say and do the right things, and mean them. They can only give you parts of themselves right now, and that's not fair to you. Yeah, it's almost like this person can only either give you a physical connection or words, but they know that they need to give you their heart, body, mind, and soul, and give you a chance and actually like invest in this, which requires them to do this deeper healing on themselves. Yeah, this person suffers from anxiety, worry. They could have some sort of diagnosed issues around this. They don't want you to be afraid of the future. They want both of you to be able to just focus on the present and to find peace. So I feel like they're coming through and saying, like, I know you're anxious, I'm anxious, I don't want to lose you, I feel this, I feel like I'm going to lose you, and I feel like you are afraid of losing me, but I can't handle the pressure right now. Yeah, release. They're trying to let go of things that don't serve them. They're trying to let go of old emotions, old fears. They are trying to make space. And it does feel like they're not giving up on this connection. They are trying to give themselves a chance to start over from a stable footing. So they don't want you to be afraid that they're completely letting go of you, unless you want them to let go of you, but they don't want that. Helplessness. Yeah, this person may have control issues because they have a fear of losing control over things. And so when they get into this helpless place, they tend to want to give up. But they're realizing that they need to go within. Instead of giving up, they need to go within and find that place where they can regain their strength and change the direction of things. So I do feel like this person is going through an inner tug of war. And when they find balance in themselves, then they'll be able to make a choice that aligns with who they really are and what they really want. So this person is definitely going through a tug of war in regard to you. They haven't just, this isn't someone who's just like completely nonchalant and flippant about you. This person actually feels something very deep here. And they are like, I'm hearing like digging in the dirt. So that Peter Gabriel song is coming through. They have a lot they have to go through. And they do feel like, this umbrella is making me think of the jellyfish. They do feel like they need to shield themselves from things outside of themselves right now that create more stress. Okay, so what is their final message to you from their higher self? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So they want you to know that you are not alone and that they feel you deep in their soul. And I do feel like the ancestors are coming through this card in specific and saying like, there is a deep connection. Your souls agreed to do this. You're in the same like soul family. So your souls may have agreed to do this. You may be your own ancestors, meaning like the two of you may have been here before, gone through different lessons together. Maybe you keep reincarnating to share this experience. So tap into that place within yourself that connects to your ancestors, connect to the earth, connect to the wild animals that you may feel connected to. We have eagles and lions and elephants, very strong, very powerful, very wise creatures here. Connect to your roots and know that you're not alone. And yeah, it's like this person's coming through and saying, I want us both to be able to connect to our strength from within. And allow ourselves to be guided by something higher, something wiser than our immediate earthly experiences from this life and then our wounds. Leap. So you go first, the universe will catch you. I feel like this person is asking you also to take this leap of faith. Like the full moon is going to be tomorrow. I'm filming the day before the full moon in Aquarius, so that could be significant. They don't want you to hold yourself back for them. And they believe that you're both, their higher self believes that you're both going to overcome this. Like you will be caught, you will be taken care of. There will be divine intervention. That there's something bigger going on here. That you have ancestors, guides, angels watching over you. That you will find your true north and that you both will find your place and what is right. So their higher self is telling you to trust in your guides, your wisdom, to know you're not alone, and to be brave and to take the leap into what you know you need to do while they go through these changes in themselves. Okay? So that is what I'm seeing here. I'm going to get you some love messages, just a few. I'm battling my demons right now. Yeah, and anxiety might be one of them, for sure. Your words keep ringing in my head. So this person feels very psychically connected to you, and you may have told them some things that they really are thinking deeply about. I know that the fire that burns in you is the same that burns in me, and I believe you. So you may have said something to them that they really have taken to heart but haven't been able to express to you. That they put a lot more, they respect you a lot more than they're able to verbalize. Like when you say stuff to them, it really hits them, like in their core. They don't just ignore the things you say, even if they don't know how to reply. Give me more time. I'm not good enough for you to see it. Yeah, they don't feel good enough. They are working through that. And I miss you more than you know. Yeah. You are the answer to my whole life. And I'm entwined in the thought of finding you one day. Okay, so we are going to get you some advice here from the Soul's Journey Oracle by Usui, and then we'll get some confirmations for you. Boundless potential. Look for sanctuary within you. Yep, that is what your person is doing, and you are being guided to do the same. And delightful intimacy. Tend to the flowering of friendship. So some of you are needing to just focus on your friends and focus within rather than this connection right now. Yeah, and be optimistic. Try to do your best to not allow yourself to get too pessimistic. Allow your emotions to flow so that you don't get caught in negative thinking spirals. Yeah, because when we bottle up our emotions, we get stuck in negative thoughts, and it makes it very difficult for us to let go of the past. Our bodies need to be able to process the experiences we go through. Our emotions need to be allowed. They are an integral part of our inner compass that guide us to where we need to be in this life. So, there's a place where gender, color, and age are not segregated. This place is a sanctuary of light that purifies the grime of life and nurtures hopes and dreams. It is the birthplace of inspiration and creativity, and where pure love seeks to express itself. This holy place is a beacon of respect and honor, and longs to appreciate and admire all who enter it. You are the only one who has the key to this place because it is inside you. The way you see yourself is often formed by the way others see you. If you limit yourself only to other people's opinions, you will take your outer image as your reality and will close the door to the splendid world within you. You are so much more capable than you realize. The kingdom of the beloved is within you, and love has no limits. Open your inner sanctuary to use the potential it has. Believe that there is a distinct need for what you have to offer. Reach for the shining light inside you to create and illuminate who you envision as your true self. Your ideas about what to do and how to do it are all within you. Identify the kind of person you aspire to be and use your willpower to bring that wonderful image to life. When you live as your true self and do work that has meaning for you, you will notice an exciting change in the quality of your life and the way others respond to you. As you begin to take steps in that direction, your inner light will also illuminate the lives of those around you. I am a divine creation with infinite vision and capabilities. Okay? I'm just going to read one card from the booklet because that's a lot of reading to do. I will, though, for those of you that really want to know what the second card says, I'm going to hold that up for you so that you can screenshot it. Oof, a lot of caffeine today. There we go. And yeah, mainly the message here is like remain connected to the people around you, but also make friends with yourself. Make friends with yourself. Yeah. Allow yourself to know yourself intimately. Maybe you've lived your life in relationship your whole life. You've given up your identity to what others think of you. And it's time to make friends with yourself. Make friends with your emotions. Make friends with your own demons. Dispel those dark places inside of you by giving them love, shining light on them. Okay? And do your best to allow yourself, because when we're in a negative, again, it's not toxic positivity. It's let yourself feel the things. Really like look at, unpack what these negative thoughts and feelings are and kind of get to the root so that you can dig out the root, so that you can till the soil and you can grow something new there. All right, what are the root of these things? Because it feels like there's some deep wounds that both of you carry that are being activated by this connection. In order for you to get to the core of these things, to root them out so that you can actually be present in this life and yeah, you're overcoming a lot of woundings that have made you possibly negative and cynical in your thinking toward yourself and about life. So there's plenty in life to be negative about, but yeah, see positive. It's not about toxic positivity, but it is about transforming your negative thoughts. And I didn't even see that. So that is your advice, my loves. Okay. So let's get your confirmations. Okay. So we have, if you believe. So yeah, this is a lot about what you believe is possible. Okay. So this does feel like your negative thoughts very much affect this connection. You tend to mirror back a lot of the fears, the vulnerabilities, the weaknesses that the other one has. And so as you believe in yourself, as you believe that there's a bigger purpose to all of this, things begin to align and make sense for you, and this connection can come into more alignment. Yeah, living in fear. So if you believe in your fear and you stay in a place of fear, you create more of that. And I know this world can be a very scary place. It can be very difficult to overcome fear. That's why we have to feel it and keep moving forward and doing the thing anyway. It's not just going to disappear. Fear has to be faced and moved through. So we have long hair, bald, brown eyes, average weight, poetic, contemplative, glamorous, and nerdy. Our love is eternal, and I dream about you at night. Yeah, so there's a very deep, eternal, profound love here. And you could be dreaming about each other a lot. Okay, we're not doing mini tarot cards today, but we are going to do the charms, letters, and numbers. Yeah, something about airplanes is significant. Yeah, and barbed wire. Somebody could be stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. There's a lot of pain here. There's a third eye chakra here, so this is a very intuitive connection. Yeah, and then we have a butterfly. So things are transforming. Things are changing. You will rise above these problems. Yeah, let me just get the extra papers that I always tend to forget. Put that aside. This is relatively new. If you're new to my channel, I haven't had these for very long, so sometimes I forget them. So breakup, public platform, non-religious, author, writer, Northwest Asia, Wyoming, Voodoo, Igbo, Zulu, Yoruban, Bori, Akan, Kushite, Ewe. These are different African religion, spiritualities. I wrote as many of as I could on there because there's so many. Rhode Island, Casablanca, Morocco, escapism, teacher-student, tiny island countries, Eastern Europe, and Ontario, which could be the province in Canada or a city. And then we have 11 here, and we have a 4, and we have 4, 4, 4, 4. We have 5, 5, 5, and we have 9. We have V, O, W, another O, Q, E, C, Y, M, another V, another E, another O, D, A, G, and another E. So 3 E's and 3 O's. Okay. So I don't feel complete without an angel number for this one. 888 abundance. Blessings are here and more on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest self, you attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. The more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. So be kind to yourself and believe in your own abundance so you can give to others from a place of abundance within yourself. Giving to yourself is where you start so that you have enough to give to others, and then that creates more abundance in the world. So don't give of yourself when you're drained or you're suffering and you're not truly nurturing yourself. The blessings come from you feeling the abundant flow of prosperity coming to you and being willing to give to yourself. And being in your highest self allows you to attract all of this in. So highest self has to do with like that part of you that loves you, that part of you that forgives you, that part of you that has compassion, patience, all of those qualities. Being present with those qualities in yourself, acknowledging them and doing your best to live from those places while having grace for the other aspects, for the shadows, for the lower nature, and being able to be generous with yourself and forgiving of yourself. It will help you to do good for others and to be a radiant beacon of kindness and love, and that does attract alignment and helps you if this is, feels like a spiritual connection where you feel like this person needs to do a lot of healing as well. When you are in that place in yourself, you're helping everyone by being a beacon of that, and especially someone you feel spiritually connected to in this way. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and hype. That helps me a lot. My email is in the description box for personals, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, pile 2. If you chose this tumbled emerald. And this beautiful card with the angel. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And you have the Light Seers Tarot today. Or if you chose by Zodiac, we have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. This is your reading on your person's messages from their heart and soul. And we will also get messages from their higher self. So we have the confirmations for the end. We'll get messages and advice as usual. And let's look at the overall energy between the two of you right now. So we have reflection. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So there could have been space, separation right now. Both of you could be reflecting. It feels like there's a need for clarity, or clarity is, there's something emerging is what I'm hearing from this space, from this reflection. We have the runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, letting go, turmoil, fleeting. So someone in this connection ran away in order to gain clarity. This could have been a very fleeting connection. It could have been very intense. There could have been a lot of fears around intimacy. There could have been a lot of cycles of running and chasing with this person. Nourish, self-growth, self-focus, soul-finding. So it does feel like in this connection, this is a separation, okay, where there's been a need to grow, to focus on oneself, to nourish oneself. We have calmer waters, getting rid of upheaval and leaving drama behind, quiet times flowing. So this is actually really beautiful. So during this space, most of you are separated. There has been healing, growth. You know, water is what helps seeds to grow, plants to grow. So this person and both of you could be nourishing yourselves, calming things down, gaining some clarity. Regardless of who ran away, it was something that needed to happen in order for this connection to heal, for anything to be able to grow from this. We have the Three of Pentacles. It could be that you were already building some sort of foundation. You were already creating some sort of relationship between the two of you, and something happened here where someone ran away before things were actually built. This is an archway and this is a bridge. These images just look very similar to me. So perhaps there's a desire to, this is like bridge over troubled waters, but now things are calm. So there could be a desire to reconnect coming up in both of you now that things have calmed down, and to try to work things out or work together here. And then we have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So yeah, there's a feeling of really getting honest with yourself. And yeah, there's a need for both of you to make a decision in regard to what is right for you. So it feels like this is a connection where the space is allowing you, and this is an angel. It reminds me of Archangel Michael. So it does feel like the space was maybe orchestrated. It is a necessary part of this connection, like it was divinely orchestrated. Even if it was because of someone's triggers that they ran away, this was a natural part of this process where the two of you have to learn to heal yourselves, grow on your own, find your own truth, get honest with yourselves. And in order to build something stable and steady and to work together, that needs to happen. And there needs to be clarity and honesty. And this is often a card of working with the divine, something from the divine that, you know, this pentacle, like the Ace of Pentacles, the divine offering, is now being combined with the the 2 pentacles coming from the people who are collaborating, putting all of that together to make something that is actually very sacred, because this is often a church, represented as a church. So something sacred can be built out of this connection from this place. And that is where this energy is sitting at this time. So what are your person's messages from their heart and soul? And also this could be a coworker for some of you. Spirit, what are pile 2's person's messages for pile 2 from their heart and soul? The messages from their heart and soul, please. Ace of Pentacles. This is a divine offering. They do want to plant this seed. They do want to nourish this. Yeah. And look at this color too. Their heart and their soul are saying, look, I have some things I need to do, but my heart and my soul are in this with you. I want this opportunity to get honest, to be real, to be my true self, to leave behind things that are causing turmoil, pain, or suffering between the 2 of us. I want to ground something here. The 8 of Swords. I want to overcome these insecurities, these fears. They want you to know that they ran from this opportunity with you because it was too much. It does feel like your person was the runner. But if you were the runner, they're saying, I understand that there's, a reflection here between us of fear, insecurity, doubt, that this opportunity needs to be built on a foundation of healthy individuals who can see themselves clearly. That we both need to see ourselves clearly and that we need to reflect that back to one another. Okay. And I'm hearing that you've had a huge impact on this person. And that even though, this connection is very intense and there's a very huge impact on them, that they always learn something from this with you. They always feel like they become more of themselves, or, once things calm down, that they can see themselves more clearly. They understand you better. This person, they need to, teak wood could be significant, but what I was saying was this person takes time to contemplate and process things. When things are intense, they cannot process. When they feel trapped in circumstances with other people, they can't see themselves clearly. This person needs a lot of time to reflect. And they're saying, I am taking this time. I am reflecting. I am calming myself down. I am trying to show up differently. Okay, what are their messages from their heart and soul for my pile 2s, please? The Fool. So that is Aquarius energy. Let me get a couple more cards out. The 5 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the 9 of Cups. Okay, yeah, this card needed some context because this person is saying from their heart and their soul to you that they took a risk. They dove into this without thinking. That they have some insecurities here, some fears. They have a tendency to shut down. Like this person is giving me like a level of, they tend to make naive, impulsive decisions. And then once they're in the middle of the implications of those decisions, they panic. And then they need to cope with all of the triggers that come up, feelings of unworthiness. And there's a similar messages in pile 1, but this is a little different. But there's something here about a father father wounds or authority figures. This person tends to be a little rebellious. And sometimes they rebel against what is good for them because they struggle with authority figures. They don't take criticism terribly well because they're already very self-critical. And they kind of know that they cause their own upheaval, or that they create their own messes, that they have impulse control issues, that they kind of just dive into what, feels good in the moment, that they can be a little bit selfish because of this. And then they have to pull themselves back, and then they have to calm themselves down and kind of look at the aftermath of these impulsive choices. And then they have to get clarity about, the lesson that they need to learn. They have to see where they made the mistake. But this person is very, very smart. They're highly intelligent. They're very wise. And a lot of their actions don't reflect their level of wisdom or maturity because there's some sort of behavior issue or trigger. For some of them, it could be around a father or an authority figure, or a feeling of needing to impress or appease some sort of dominant person in their life. Can be a boss. It can be a parent, a grandparent. It can be social expectations of how to behave, how to act. That they're supposed to be composed, they're supposed to be controlled, they're supposed to, they're not supposed to act this way. And so this person has a tendency to have to isolate themselves, to go back over their actions and look at how they've created the circumstances they're in based on these impulsive, sort of pleasure-seeking, adventurous, risky behaviors that come out of a place of insecurity. And also just, this is giving me autism too, a little bit. Impulse control from some form of neurodivergence on the spectrum, autism, ADHD, any of that. Or just somebody who kind of thinks so much, they think they get an analysis paralysis to the point that they don't actually, it's almost like they can plan the entire situation out in their head and then they still do the impulsive thing because they're like a little bit misaligned in themselves. They're still learning how to navigate their own quirks and nuances, regardless of their age, and work with others in a way that's effective. The Emperor. Yes, something about a father or a boss here. Expectations on them, society's expectations. This could be a masculine who feels intimidated by strong feminine energy because they were taught that feminine energy is meant to be weak and insecure. And that's actually a very harmful thing to be taught, or a way to perceive feminine energy. So this person could be reflecting on the ways that they oppress the feminine in themselves and in others. Mars energy here. Yeah, like patriarchal conditioning. Temperance and Ten of Pentacles. This is someone who, yeah, we've got angels here. It's someone who, and these two look similar. They need to heal when it comes to their family of origin. They are finding balance. They're learning how to heal their masculine and feminine energies. Some of them have to move away. They have to remove themselves, separate themselves from their family of origin and what they were taught. And it's become a bit of a burden for them, but they know that they have to do it. They have to create their own legacy. They want to create a new legacy where they are allowed to be their true selves and they are not expected to conform. And in order to be truly themselves and to build something here with you, they have to know how to make themselves happy, and they also have to heal from these perceptions of the feminine. And it doesn't even have to be a masculine person, but I mean, for a lot of you, this is Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles. They from their heart and soul, they want you to know that there are still romantic feelings and that they still want to work on this with you. And that they are putting themselves out in the cold right now. It's almost like this person is telling me they're on a timeout, and they know that the key to the door is there, and that they're the adult, and that they're the ones that have to like grow up and unlock the door and let themselves out, and that they're the ones that have to take the blinders off, and that they're working through that because they know that their happiness is their own responsibility. And in order to show up for you and to be able to be happy together and to build, they have to work through these things. Okay, so messages from pile two's person's heart and soul. Higher self activation. Yeah, and their higher self is already coming through. We are going to pick from the Work Your Light Oracle for a specific message from their higher self. But yeah, this person is making a shift here. They're going through an awakening. They are maturing. Yeah. And there's something about you that just catalyzes this person in such an intense way. It's like they want to be a different person. You see, this person's in a shadow. They're reflecting, but they're in a shadow. And this person, it's like there's fire, there's a spark, there's light, there's warmth. Their eyes are open. They're not blind. So meeting you has been an opportunity to open their eyes, to wake them up. And they're coming in with gratitude for the integration and the activation and the awakening that is happening. Yeah, this is somebody who's really going through an overhaul on their conditioning, their belief systems, potentially religious family systems as well. Awakening again. I don't know why I just heard a Barbie song from Barbie and the Rockers from the 1980s. I had a Barbie, like rocker Barbie, and she came with a cassette tape, and there was a song, Barbie and the Rockers. Something totally in the groove. Why is that song coming through? What does that have to do with this spirit? It could be a lot of false, but like Barbie was supposed to give little girls the impression that she could do or be anything, but she also became a symbol of oppression, of impossible body standards. Like if you put a Barbie in real life, like if you took her dimensions and you made her into a real woman, she would like have, she wouldn't even be able to stand. And her waist would be impossibly thin, and her chest would be so huge it would like, she would tip over. Like they're unrealistic beauty standards, belief systems about appearance, about looks, about the roles that women play in life. You might want to watch the Barbie movie. I know it's a little whitewashed and westernized, but there are some really powerful messages in the Barbie movie. So that could be significant about, you know, healthy feminism. So this person could be realizing that they have a bit of a misogynistic perspective. Yeah. And it might not be really easy for this person to shift the way that they think, but they realize that they may be the common denominator in why they are out in the cold, because either they are imposing these beliefs on themselves as a woman, or they are a masculine who's imposing these beliefs and behaving with women in this way, and they are getting shut out. They're getting rejected here because of it. Wow, self-worth, high vibration. This feels like the same person facing different directions. Yeah, there's something here about appearance too, and healing around, yeah, expectations here twice, okay, and awakening here twice. So this is a strong message. This person is going through an entire transformation, and she's diving into like this flower of life. So there's a deep spiritual awakening happening with your person around their belief systems, around their core beliefs, around their spiritual religious beliefs, their upbringing, around their values and morals when it comes to how they treat themselves and how they treat women. I was going to say women and children is coming through. So yeah, let's see what else. Mars. There's Mars again. So passion, lust, anger, attraction, vitality, action. There's something here about treating women as objects for their own pleasure, or believing that about themselves. Because I'm trying to be gender neutral about this message, although I am feeling a strong masculine energy in this reading. That can also be an energy within a woman. We have masculine and feminine energies in all of us, and some people feel that they are non-binary. But this person could have very rigid belief systems about sexuality, orientation, religion, right? And that is something that has to heal. That is something, this person needs to evolve. They're coming through and they're saying, from their heart and soul, I need to evolve. I have archaic beliefs. I have beliefs that are keeping me stuck. I learned them from my culture, from my family, from society. And I'm realizing now that I need to break these things down. That if I am acting out of lust and passion, if I am pleasure seeking, or I'm being cold and self-centered, and I'm behaving in ways that dishonor myself as a woman, or dishonor women, this has to change. And they're almost like angry at themselves. There's a feeling of knowing that they need to take action, that they need to be healthy. Yeah, and fire and water signs are in this. So maybe you may have said some things to this person that they really took to heart. If you called this person out on any of these behaviors, or if you triggered them within this person, regardless of your gender, they're going through this. And look how similar this looks. These images are so profoundly similar, even down to her teeth. So interesting. I love how the synchronicities happen with cards. Cards are such a fun and creative way to channel spirit. Okay, messages from their heart and soul. Self-care. Low energy, depleted, cleansing, wanting time alone, recharge, retreat. So they are retreating, they are recharging. If there were fights, or if the passion between the two of you creates chaos in this connection, if they were selfish, self-seeking, and pleasure-seeking, they are now working on self-worth, self-care, self-growth, self-focused. So a massive shift is happening in this person. And they are going through a major awakening. And it does feel like the two of you are mirroring some sort of shadow here. There's blocked emotions, there's silence, there's hiding, and there's a fear of really getting honest with one another about the depth of this. Yeah, disharmony, and now there's self-love, self-worth, desires of the heart. So this person's main message from their soul and their heart to you is, I'm waking up to how I'm part of this problem. I'm changing. I'm trying to take care of myself, and I hope that you're taking care of yourself. And I'm sorry if I devalued you, or if I, projected my own self-worth issues onto you, my own unworthiness, my own anger, my own frustrations, my own conditioning. I'm really, really doing some major work and healing. And I feel that we are reflecting this. I feel connected to you still. You've created a ripple in my pond that, even though I need this space, this time to calm myself down, this connection it's helping me grow enormously. That you're incredibly important. And you're a big part of this. And I may be a bit too much in my ego to tell you this right now, but I really am taking this all to heart. And I'm changing. Yeah. Conflict, clashing differences, incompatibility. They are starting to see how they create the conflict. This person just feels like the two of you have very different beliefs, but someone's beliefs are rooted in archaic and no longer functional structures. And these belief systems are a facade. They are lies that were passed on by control systems within family structures and society, cultures and religions that are no longer serving your person, because they are not able to maintain loving relationships as long as they hold these belief systems intact, as long as they maintain them or try to uphold them. And they are struggling to face this in themselves. They are having an internal clashing, but it is forcing this issue up to the surface. And they're starting to feel frustrated and angry that they were taught these things and that these are the things that are keeping them stuck. So it's like they're kind of projecting a bit of their anger onto like the things outside of themselves that created this problem in the first place within them, but they're also realizing that they're the only ones that can change, and they're also receiving guidance and support. Their higher self is coming through. They are going through an awakening. They do have angelic support, and that is helping them to heal. But in this clashing, this conflict, that it needs to happen. It needed to happen. It was meant to happen. There's nothing wrong with the fact that the two of you have been clashing, because this had to happen. Because these old structures needed to be broken down. Confession. Unveiling, coming clean in messages. Someone may have been raised with a very guilt-ridden, shame-based religion too. Forced to confess all of their flaws, forced to feel guilty, ashamed of themselves, their sexuality, their identity, forced into masculine and feminine roles that don't fit them. But also this is hermit energy too. Someone going within in order to come out and bring the truth out. So they want to come clean. They want to send you a message. They want to unveil themselves, and they want to speak to you. They want to tell you a lot about what they have been learning, about how they've changed. Family. Some of them actually are struggling with telling their family that they don't want what their family is expecting of them. So this could be someone whose family expects them to get married and have kids and follow their religion and follow their, all of this really rigid like external structure. And this person is trying to break free of it. They are trying so hard to break free. They don't know anymore. I don't know if I want a family and kids, or I don't know if I want to do what my family expects me to do, or maybe some of your people are saying like, I'm afraid to do this yet. I'm trying really hard, but I'm cracking from the inside. Because they're not, like their higher self, their soul, their heart is telling you like, part of me is still choosing what I'm expected to do, but the other part of me is waking up. And so that is why I am still not here present with you, choosing this, because this has completely, this person is, they can no longer live in total denial of the fact that they don't really actually align with how they were raised and what they are being expected to do and who they are being expected to be. And they need to start getting honest with themselves and with their family and with you about who they really are. And they don't even entirely know that, because they've been so conditioned to be a certain person. This person wants to find themselves, but it's a very scary process for this person. It's very triggering. Distance. Yeah, some of them really do need to put distance between themselves and a family of origin. They're trying to move away. They're trying to get away from this oppressive family dynamic. For some of you, this person put a third party between you and your family and your marriage. Also, that could be the case. They may have gone completely out of character from what they were raised to do and who they were meant to be, because maybe they never wanted, and this is a harsh thing to hear, but they may have never wanted to do the marriage, family, follow what their parents taught them, religious upbringing. So take each of those how they fit you. But if you were already in a relationship with this person, you were married, and they like put a third party, or they cheated, or they ran away from the marriage, or there were all these things that you just fought all the time or whatever, they were hiding. Some of them may be queer, and they married, into a heterosexual family. and they couldn't admit that to themselves or to you. That's going to be for some of you. Some of you already found that out recently. And it broke the family apart. So there's a lot going on here in this person, but they are evolving in this space, in this distance, in this time. This person is in a very soul-searching type of energy. There is telepathy between the two of you. I'm hearing an airplane. Yeah. This person does feel you in their heart. There is an inner knowing and a connection here. Even if this was not meant to be your forever person, like, this has been such a significant relationship. And there's nothing, I feel like the angels are also coming through and saying there was nothing out of order. Nobody, I'm hearing that song by Howard Jones, No One Is to Blame. You can look at the menu, but you just can't eat. You can see the summit, but you can't reach the peak or something. You can dip your foot in the pool, but you can't have a swim. You can feel the punishment, but you can't commit the sin. And you want her, and she wants you. We want everyone, and you want her, and she wants you. No one ever is to blame. I know some people don't like the singing and they leave, but Spirit led me to do that. And now I want to cry. That was a really important message. Go listen to that song. And for some of you, yeah, here's the emotions. Some of you, this person does want to make amends with you. And for some of you, it won't be a relationship because of whatever the shift or change or awareness is in this person. But for some of you, it will. Because some of you, this relationship has been pushed away and denied because of these beliefs. For others of you, this person had to leave because they were denying their truth by staying with you. And this is general, so I really can't tell you exactly what group you're in, but there's a huge awakening happening, you guys. And now there's like, my heart is opening and I feel like I'm going to cry, and it's just really intense. Okay, anything else that they want my Pal-Tus to know from their heart and soul? Repression. Yeah, they've been repressing and hiding their emotions. I'm hearing express yourself, don't repress yourself, which is actually whispered in that song. It's a Madonna song. This person is, I'm about to release emotions because of that song. So some of you may actually experience an emotional release from that song. This person is realizing that they need to express their true selves, that they need to understand, they need to stop hiding their true emotions and needs. Yeah. Detachment. They are learning not to be emotionally or materially dependent on their family of origin or on you or on others. And this is a feeling of wanting to see things clearly. And there's words in here that lead me to pile one. So some of you may have messages there. Detachment is not about giving up, but releasing what no longer serves you, enabling you to view the world with clarity. So they're trying to, really overcome such a huge thing. This person it's deep work, you guys. It's really deep. There's been a very big block in your person from seeing themselves clearly, who they really truly are. Lost. So they've been going through a dark night of the soul. They've been feeling lost, that they don't know which direction they're supposed to go, that they've been confused, but that this connection between the two of you has forced them to, I kept hearing the word force, and really it has, because this person really refused to see this in themselves, but they have been forced to reassess themselves, to reconnect with their truth, their own inner wisdom and guidance. So they are beginning to see what it is they truly want. And they want you to know that they forgive you, that they release you from any hurt that you may have caused, And they are thankful for your forgiveness if they hurt you, because they don't want there to be any negative emotions between the two of you. They want both of you to heal. They want your souls to heal. And they want an opportunity to, at the minimum, to talk to you about all of this. They wish that they could be more deep, more connected, more vulnerable with you. Memento. That there's something special that you gave them, even if it was just this connection, the precious moments that you shared, or a gift. Some of them may still have a gift for you. Sorry. There's a lot of pain around that gift. There's a lot of love and thoughtfulness around that gift. That the forgiveness between the two of you is a gift, that they're grateful for it. Yeah, something about healing waters, washing this away. This person has cried over you, whether you realize that or not. And something about something that shifted recently. This person actually is falling in love with you. And they need to tell you, but they don't know what to do about it. Twin flame union. And this says heart, body, mind, and soul. So just like in pile 1, this message is that this isn't just from their heart and their soul. This is every part of them. Their heart, their body, their mind, and their soul loves you. And they know that they've been too focused on material things, expectations, structure, religion. And the truth is that the two of you are perfect for each other in so many ways. And for some of you, this person, again, if this was someone who left you behind because they were denying their truth and they were living their life in a materially, like if they chose you because you were the right choice because of what they believed in the past, there is this pain around having to leave this behind because it was only fitting the external expectations. It wasn't their soul, their heart, or their true identity. And some of them had to let go to find the person that completes them. So some of you, this is a harder message to hear, but that's just going to be for those of you, for a lot of you, it's like you had a family, you had kids, you were married for a long time, and a lot of you know, like, this person was not in love with the gender that you are, or, you know, they wanted to be free and single and they wanted to fulfill their dreams, but they did the marriage family thing, and or, you know, the two of you have very, very different spiritual or religious beliefs, and they just sort of went along with it, and then they discovered that that wasn't true for them, and then it made things feel, you know, it created a breakdown in this connection. So these readings are so powerful today, you guys. Whew. Okay. So this is specifically a message from their higher self, although your person's higher self has come through this entire reading. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Yeah, they don't want you to stop shining. They want you to shine because your light has helped them. Your truth, you being unapologetically you, is what will help this person and those around you to also embrace their authenticity. I'm seeing a black stallion here. Remember that show from when I was a kid? I don't know a lot about it. You're not the black sheep. You're beautiful no matter what your skin color, no matter what you believe, who you are, where you're from. You belong. And it's okay to stand out. And that your vision, your wisdom, your uniqueness, your light has helped this person so much. Your light. Yeah. They feel their higher self is talking to your higher self and saying that I know that we've got a whole council of light guiding us, watching over us. I know that we were meant to meet, that this was divinely orchestrated. And there's something about this person going through a spiritual awakening out of Orthodox religion for a lot of you, and beginning to connect to the Ascended Masters and the unity consciousness. Yeah. Archangel Michael, big time, and his counterpart Faith are coming through. They want you to answer your deepest calling. They see you as a warrior of light, and especially if you're a woman, they want you to know that. And then there is something here about women being in their strong masculine energy and that being totally okay and healthy, and that men and women can carry both aspects. This person is starting to find balance after being in a very limited box, a limited way of thinking. And you've helped them to expand out of that. And their soul is grateful to you. I am doing everything I can to not cry through your reading ever since I sang that song. Okay. So we're going to get just a few love messages from this deck for this reading, and then we'll get into your advice and your confirmations. I will do anything to bring you happiness. I can see eternity in your eyes. Oh, I'm hearing, I think it's Debbie Gibson. I get lost in your eyes, and I feel, I don't know if I can sing that high. I can't sing as high as her. My spirit rise. I'm an alto. You need to go listen to that song too. I get lost in your eyes. I get weak with a glance. Could this be? And I can't sing that octave again. Something romance. Okay. Your beauty cascades over me. I feel you so strongly, I can taste your essence. Your words keep ringing in my head, and my whole body burns at the thought of you. I want to travel the world with you, and you are so precious to me. Precious by Depeche Mode is coming through. I'm going to make it through this reading. The pit in my stomach right now. Ooh. All right, what is your advice, my pile twos? Welcome change. Revel in your renewal and stay in the flow. Exult in the rhythm of life. That's my AC coming on in the background, by the way. Okay, revel in your renewal. Welcome change. The passage of the soul in this life is not always rosy. There are usually ebbs and flows along the way. We often resist change for fear of facing something new and unfamiliar. Yet the power of creativity comes from being open to new ways of expressing and responding to what happens to us. When change occurs, we can rely on our inherent ability to turn it into a positive potential in our life. If some challenge or difficulty takes place on your journey, it could also be an opportunity that has come your way to benefit you. If you only focus on the negative impact, you will lose powerful potential behind the change. But if you see it as an opportunity, you can delight in what is new and different from the old. By trusting your creative power to lead you, you can make every change a new beginning, a new birth into greater possibilities. Remember, the change that seems tragic to the caterpillar is the miracle of renewal to the butterfly. One of the flames went out. That's interesting. Maybe you feel like you're the only one holding the flame for this. And maybe there's a lot of grief in that. Every living creature is endowed with a spark within that can catch the light and flame of a new idea. Okay, sorry. The timing of that was just really intense. Dare to risk responding to change in a hopeful way, and trust love to anoint you with the power to endure. Cultivate openness and willingness to consider trying something new. Have faith that you can adapt to new ways of dealing with change. Rejoice in every innovative idea and look forward to experiencing that which has never existed before. I welcome change in my life and trust my ability to adjust to it. So it could really feel like this is over, you know, and there used to be 2 flames lit here. And so this could be a very painful, an intense grief process or grieving process for you. And so you are being guided to not remain stuck in the past or in the grief, and to trust yourself to get through it, and to open up to change, and to be willing to open up to a new opportunity in love if this person has completely moved on. Okay? And then stay in the flow. Or if you needed to completely move on. I wasn't going to read the another card, but I'm hearing that this one's really important. Picture yourself dancing in the arms of a partner you trust. Your eyes are closed and you are following the rhythm of the music with ease. You are not worried about having to rely on your agility or strength. Living in the energy of the universe offers similar freedom in life. The journey of the soul is devised through the melody played by a distant flautist. When you willingly surrender to the flow, you feel at one with everyone and everything around you. The power of union and love come together to allow the divine pulse to guide you. Life is not about having to struggle or plot a scheme to receive your blessings. You have the power to see the miracles floating in the air all around you. Surrender to the flow of life without resistance. Trust that everything will work out for the best and at the perfect time to help you become the person you want to be. Look beyond limitations and social conditioning. That's why this was so important. So you may mirror that with this person and attune to the deep wisdom that resides within you. The remedy you seek is already in your heart. Be assured that the presence of divine help is in your life to aid you in opening your heart and mind to what is available to you. Play the hand you've been dealt and be confident that no matter what, you are surrendering to what is best for you. Let your intuition and dreams open the channels that unite you with your creative power. As you experience ease and progress, you will become more convinced that what you want to achieve is already within you. I respond to the beauty and brilliance of life without resistance. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. I think that spoke for itself. There's something better. Yeah, for some of you, you realize that this connection was a powerful learning experience, a deep soul connection that was meant to crack you open and help both of you heal and align with your true selves. But for some of you, there is something better than this connection for you romantically. Soul mirroring, exposing and revealing all. You may have a more clear soul mirror. I'm hearing now to light this flame. It's going to have to be a different candle, and that could be significant too, because where you thought you were going to be, you know, to get this love or to have this relationship, it may be someone different, and that is just going to be for some of you. So some of you will be able to work this out with this person, because you are mirrors to each other. Okay, where am I? Okay, we have mustache, curly hair, piercings, could be more than just lip piercings, glasses, flirtatious, active, activist, an environmentalist. Wow, this could be somebody who's very political, very active. This could be somebody whose active status you're obsessed with. We have our love will never cease to exist and I wish you were next to me. So this is an eternal bond, even if it did not manifest in this life as the lifelong relationship between the two of you. And for some of you, maybe you have like more than one person that you feel a deep soul connection to, but you're very attached to one that is not choosing you and has already moved on and does not align with you. And there's something here about just allowing yourself to love unconditionally and to see the beauty and the gift of this connection, but not to resist and to cling to this until you suffer, and to give up the opportunity where, you know, some of you already have someone who's mirroring you, who's already around you, who's someone better for you but there's a fear of welcoming in the change. There's a fear of, yeah, for some of you, you're dimming your light to fit in instead of choosing the person that like illuminates you and mirrors back the highest version of yourself. Okay. We have engaged, messenger, Barcelona, Spain, England, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, Tokyo, Japan, dating app, CEO, married to them, Louisiana, temptation, self-employed, Alaska, Maryland, and Detroit, Michigan. Hey, Michigan. I'm not in Detroit. I'm in Grand Rapids, but we are the second largest city in Michigan, and Detroit is the largest. So shout out to Detroit and to the Michiganders. Okay. So this will just be a second. I'm going to do the letters, numbers, and charms. I'm not going to do the little mini tarot today because these readings are already very in depth, but we will get these and an angel card. Okay, so we have 4, 4, and 2, so 44. We have 1, 1, 1, and 1, so 11, 11, counterpart journey. We have 3 and we have 0. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Step by step. Some Backstreet Boys coming through again. So we have this tree. So there is something here about family of origin and feeling very, very deeply rooted and trapped and controlled, like trapped in some sort of like family beliefs. And this person is still struggling to branch out and to reach out and to expand beyond that, or you may be doing that. But this connection is very deeply rooted. Your souls are very connected. You are a part of each other's soul family. This little heart and moon. There's such deep, sweet emotions here. This is kind of reminding me of a Muslim symbol, but it's almost like someone who's like opening their heart. It reminds me of like Sufism rather than like fundamentalist religion. And I think Rasuli might be a Sufi. And we have this cameo. So this could have to do with someone's grandmother. Someone could really be attracted to the other one's neck or when they put their hair up. Something about roses or some sort of piece of jewelry, like family jewelry or family heirloom. And also we have this feather. This reminds me of dream catchers, so indigenous native people dreaming about one another. I don't know why I did that because there was a dream card in pile 1 over here, I think. Birds could be significant, birds of a feather. And let's see. So we have N, H, V, P, Q, M, O, A, Y, V, T, J, B, L, another T, another O, F, I just heard that movie Moana, Q, question mark. I do feel like the two of you have a lot of questions. It feels like there needs to be some sort of conversation. D, another T. Oh no, DT. We're not talking about him in my videos. Not Mr. Orange face, orange hair. Okay, and another O. A, someone could be Canadian. They may say A. And we have 3 O's. Okay, so those are your letters and numbers and charms, and we'll get you an angel number. 111. Wow, that's a very important number. Follow destiny. Follow what you feel. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all that it is you desire. Listen, lean in, and follow your soul. Life is always happening for me. I am allowing myself to lean into what feels good. Yeah. Okay, that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and hype if this helped you. I do personals. My email's in the description, and I appreciate you being here today. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, pile 3. If you chose the Chevron Amethyst, and this beautiful card Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Along with the Dreaming Way Tarot, or if you chose By Zodiac, we have Capricorn and Virgo, Aquarius and Libra here. And this is your reading on your person's messages to you from their heart and soul, and we will get messages from their higher self. Pile 2 was super intense. It was very, very intense and emotional, so we'll see what comes through your pile today. So we'll have messages, advice, confirmations, all of that. Let's start with the overall energy. What's going on between you and your person at this time? And we have this here for confirmations along with some other things. So let's see. We have mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. So there could be a feeling that there were some mistakes made. Maybe both of you want to make up. There's a feeling of wanting to embrace here with this card, or at least work on the friendship. Someone here could be like a teacher, be going to school, going to college. This could be a work connection here. We have Coffin, new beginnings and liberation, reborn and transition, tragic endings. There could have been a loss in someone's family recently here, but also this card signifies new beginnings and being liberated from something in the past that was oppressive. So there could be a rebirth here in this connection, a transition that's happening. There could have been a tragic ending between the two of you. This is giving me possibly divorce papers, lawyer energy as well. So maybe this feels like a connection where the romantic aspect is over for good, but there could just be a friendship here. Or some of you, this person is working through mistakes they made in a previous relationship that is, over, that was tragic, and they're learning how to be a different person, and they are wanting to be a better friend and learn how to navigate romantic relationships from a friendship type of foundation, from a foundation of friendship. Someone also could be a widow or a widower. We have curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. So Halloween could be significant. Someone here could be pagan. Someone could be feeling like the other one maybe did witchcraft. Maybe someone felt like there was some sort of death in the family that was because of a family curse, or yeah, there's some heavy energy here. Maybe somebody felt like they were going down the wrong path. Someone could have also, there's something here about criminal lawyers and criminals. I don't know. There's some heavy messages that I don't really want to bring through on general tarot. But someone could have had a very dark past here. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. We have harmony, being in tune with each other and getting along, good rapport, easygoing. Maybe the two of you feel like this was something that was like really going well, and then something happened, like it just tragically shifted, or they feel like somebody put a curse on them, or somebody, a lot of bad things may have recently happened in you or your person's life that like disrupted the harmony between the two of you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, so this could have been a new connection. This could have been a really beautiful, brand new connection that never moved past friendship, or yeah, the fire burned out before you were able to really like progress. We'll get you another candle. This one burnt out at the end of pile 2, and it was very significant timing as well. I'm trying to use up all the partially burnt candles here before I start with new ones. Okay, and health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So someone could have, someone here could also have a terminal illness. That's very specific. They wish they could have lived their life differently and changed the way that they live, because now they can never get back their health like the way that it was. Someone may also have lost a child. So there's some sort of very heavy energy here, but there's also a desire to maybe choose to do the healthy thing, to embrace this opportunity. So this could be a beautiful beginning after a very difficult, painful ending. And it could be that the two of you just need to work on a friendship here. because there's just so much baggage or pain, or there's a lot going on that maybe or kind of derailed whatever's going on here. So this could be a new beginning with someone after a painful ending with someone else, or this could be trying to bring something back to life after a lot of difficulties and struggles when you thought that this was fully over, or a lot of things that happened due to family deaths or legal stuff. Yeah, and family curse is coming through as well. Okay, so let's keep going though. What are pile 3's messages from their heart and soul? And we'll get a specific card from their higher self, although pile 2's higher self came through quite a bit. Through the whole reading, we will be looking at the Work Your Light Oracle for specific message from their higher self. But let's see what messages are from your person's heart and soul. Messages for pile 3's person from their person's heart and soul, please. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Messages for pile 3's person. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy there. Message from pile 3's person. From their heart and soul, please. We have the Four of Swords. Messages from pile 3's person's heart and soul. Ten of Pentacles. The Tower. The Nine of Pentacles. This person really, really wants to be able to bring you a stable, lasting love relationship. So if there was something in this connection that broke down or fell apart, it was a very painful, very shocking thing for this person. And they are trying to heal. I'm hearing like twist of fate here too with this Wheel of Fortune. This is a wheel for weaving, but I said this in another reading. I don't know if this is all tangled up or if this is how it's supposed to go. But it seems like something got all twisted and tangled. And this, I just realized she has angel wings. So it could be that this person is like asking for divine intervention, or realizing that maybe there needed to be some sort of divine detour here, angelic intervention. This is a surrendering kind of energy where this person is working on building up their self-esteem and taking care of themselves, possibly financially if you shared finances with this person. Some of you, there's something about an inheritance here. There could be a family member that's going, possibly dying also for some of you. Like someone's waiting for an inheritance or something before they're able to move forward out of some sort of, somebody could be caring for an elderly parent that's dying, stuff like that. There's a lot of different scenarios that want to come through, but the messages from your person's heart are that they want to be a stable, reliable person, and they wish that they could correct any of their mistakes or the things that they did wrong in regard to showing up for you reliably. There was some sort of twist of fate or some sort of shift or change that felt out of this person's control, that felt like a curse or hex. It felt like a lot of bad things were happening either in this connection or to this person all at once, and they felt like they had no control over it. And right now they're trying to mend, they're trying to heal their heart. The Four of Swords underneath negative mind gives me this feeling that, the Five of Swords is it can be internal conflict, it can be clashing conflict between two people where no one wins. It's like a lose-lose situation, whether it's in your own mind or whether it's with communication with someone else. And this person is just trying to calm their mind and to heal from whatever happened here in their life, and possibly between the two of you, that kept the two of you from having this. Some of you, this never got off the ground, and others of you, it felt so amazing, and then it all just came crumbling down. And there's a feeling of having to be stable on one's own. And so this person regrets not being able to for a lot of you, bring you that, 10th pentacle that makes this a family, a life, a legacy. There's something here about, I wanted to bring this to you. I wanted to give you everything. I never expected that everything would fall apart in this way. Justice. The Two of Wands. For a lot of you, this person is still doing their best to stay positive and to figure out a way to bring this stable love and this dream of a family and possibly marriage to you. It could be travel. Eight of Wands, yeah, definitely travel. So from their heart and soul, this person is doing their best to pick up the pieces, to be a reliable, stable person in their own life, and to be able to repair whatever's broken here, or to be able to bring this stable, reliable love and commitment to you after whatever is going on in their life is broken down. Yeah, something about a parent dying, or something about owing something to family, or bad things happening that just kept the two of you from being together. For some of you, this is definitely, you were married to this person and you went through a divorce, and it does feel like there's a single energy here now. So we have two different groups of you. So the message is a little different depending on which group you're in. But overall, this person sees you as an incredibly valuable, they just think you're a wonderful person, and they feel like this is a missed opportunity. And it does feel like their world has come crashing down in some way. And they want to be the person that you can rely on. It's such a strong message. And they want to make things right with you. And for some of them it is, legal papers, marriage, travel, or, righting a wrong. Something they may have done or chosen to do when they were in a negative headspace that could have broken this connection down or kept this from moving forward, that they are healing from right now. And it does feel like a very slow-moving energy here. They don't have control. This is a lot of circumstances beyond my control type of energy, but I'm trying to make the best of it. All right, messages from Pile 3's person's heart and soul. Structure, foundation. Wants to build a foundation. Balance, building slow and steady and forming. Yeah, so they want something with you. So they either want to rebuild as friends, if this is a divorce, okay? Especially if you have to co-parent or whatever. Even if you're co-parenting a pet, or you're part of each other's family now, you're connected to each other's family. For others of you, this person has not given up on building a foundation with you, having this opportunity where the two of you may have been working towards something and then things fell apart. They still want to build with you, okay? They want to show up in a very reliable energy here. Let's see. Messages from Pile 3's person's heart and soul. Separation. Yeah. They are still working through their grief, their heartbreak. Some of you, it's because they went through a recent divorce or breakup, and so they're not ready for a new beginning with you. So take this divorce message how it fits your circumstances. But this person still feels like, I'm hearing I'll be wrapped around your finger by the police. So the song is trying to play in my head. Is there a lyric I need? Go listen to that song, but something shining band of gold. Yeah, if you did go through a divorce with this person, they're having a hard time accepting it. Yeah. They are. They're having a hard time accepting it. There's grief and there's heartbreak. And if you were planning on getting married, the same message applies. Okay, let's see. Truth expression. New perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty, and communication. So if this person created conflict, suffering, or a tragic ending for you with their own mistakes and behavior, they are becoming a better person. They are gaining perspective in this separation. They're beginning to see the truth about their own behaviors, and they're getting clear. A lot of them really want to talk to you, but they're not feeling. The Four of Swords is an energy of silence, so they're not really feeling like they can speak right now, especially if they weren't honest in the past. They're having a hard time like mustering up or like getting up the energy to speak or knowing what to say. Messages from the path of this person's heart and soul, please. Yeah. Closed off, guarded, resistance, pride, defensive, wounded warrior. They are definitely feeling very closed off and guarded against a long-term relationship right now, or they're coming through and saying they understand why you put up your walls to them when you found out, some of you found out the truth. And so they understand. And, you know, their own behavior may have hurt their own pride. They may be closing themselves off in order to correct themselves, to clear their mind, to be a better person. Especially if this person hurt you and it was out of character, it really did affect them. They really saw something about their own shadow. And they know that they acted out of their own wounding. Again, it could be wounding from a family of origin. It could have been a broken home. But they know that they're the ones that were wearing the armor, that they were the ones that created the pain, and that they're the ones responsible. So they're kind of licking their wounds. They're seeing their actions in a different light. And they are trying to like untangle what feels like it's like a tangled mess is what I'm seeing. Yeah. What are probably these person's messages from their heart and soul? Inner child healing. Yeah. Something wounded and wounding, coping mechanisms, learned behavior, self-discovery. So they're doing a lot of self-reflection, and they're working on healing, because it does feel like perhaps whatever happened here came from a very wounded, impulsive place. Like a trigger. Yeah, a broken home. This person really may have come from a broken home. And so they may have struggled with relationships their whole life, because maybe they didn't believe that they were worthy of it. They didn't have the example of it, and they didn't really feel loved. And there's like this really deep child wound. Like I wanted to cry in pile too, but for different reasons. This feels like this person's inner child has so much grief. There's so much grief that they've been bottling up and locking away, and it's finally just like spilling out of them. So their own behavior, their own self-sabotage could have cracked something open in this person and has forced them to really see their own behaviors, and they're experiencing a lot of grief. And it did open their heart. They're seeing a truth about themselves. There's truth being revealed there. This person is bringing light into the dark places in themselves, and they are learning to love themselves, and they are trying to be strong. And it's like this person is trying to build the foundation that they never had, and they don't trust other people to build it for them. This person's maybe tried to live taking on the weight of everything themselves, trying to be both the mother and father to themselves, to their own children, take it how it fits. But there's something here about this person being extremely self-reliant to the point that they sabotage deep loving connections because they don't feel worthy, and they're learning to love themselves. And they want you to know that you were a source of strength, that you were someone that they really enjoyed being with. And if you're still in contact with this person, some of you are, there's just a lot of quiet here. They they are resisting communicating more because they're in this process right now. And I just keep hearing like, I don't know what to say. Okay, messages from Pile 3's person's heart and soul. Influences, attachments, third parties. It's like this person's going deep within their own mind to see how they've been influenced by others, how they've taken on the opinions or beliefs of others in a way that has harmed them. They're looking at the reasons why some of you, this person involved a third party in this connection, or they were very influenced by their peers. And they're really looking at that. It's like they're trying to clear out the negative thoughts, like open their mind and shed light on their actions. Some of them could have had some really bad experiences too with friends. They could have lost friends. There could have been this person could have been bullied a lot, actually. And so they struggle with being emotionally vulnerable. Okay, messages from their person's heart and soul. Pain. Yeah, this person carries a lot of pain. And I can feel that. This person has a lot of pain, a lot of fear. This is someone who's like, I have internalized like guilt and shame is what they're saying. Like they're better off alone. It's just easier for them to take care of themselves and do things on their own. But they realize that they're starting to see that they're causing their own pain, that they're going to maintain this closed off, wounded, defensive armor at the expense of their own happiness, possibly even their own child, because if they're modeling this behavior to their child, they could be sabotaging, their child's potential. But there's a lot of pain that this person carries. Longing. This person's in a bit of a dark place when it comes to this connection. They don't trust their own longing. They don't trust their own desires. There is something so much here about this person, like putting pieces together though, and shedding light on their own mistakes. Opening up and letting the light in. And learning to trust. And clinging. This person has a tendency to cling to the past. Their fear is a protective mechanism. They could be clinging to you. They could have obsessive issues, behaviors. There's definitely heavy trust issues here. Conflict, clashing differences, incompatibility. There could have been something in this connection that just felt very threatening to them. This person doesn't feel safe in relationships. They don't feel safe. And something about this connection just felt like it wasn't. They don't want to cause pain. They don't want to hurt anyone, but they also feel like maybe this connection was codependent in that, like maybe, the two of you were just clinging to each other for comfort or avoiding your own healing. This person may have felt kind of smothered in this connection. It feels like they're having a hard time letting go at the same time. Yeah. Some of you, this person, there could be a block here. This person's heart is very closed off right now. And I almost feel like they're coming through and saying, I'm really sorry, but this is, I'm dealing with all of this. And some of them, there was some sort of forbidden behavior, some sort of truth that came out. Somebody may have betrayed the other one here, and this person is feeling like if they were the one that did that, like coming clean and being honest about it was the right thing to do. But they've reached their breaking point with this type of behavior. It's made them completely reevaluate their relationships. Or if they found out about you betraying them in some way, like it's just made them realize that they need to do some very deep healing around their intimacy issues and that they need to put space between themselves and any kind of intimate connections here in order to heal. And again, we have pride. So this person is trying to, yeah, I'm hearing Love is Stronger Than Pride by Sade. So they are trying to heal, but this is kind of a lone wolf energy. This is somebody who likes to be alone. I had a dream about a tiger in my house the other night. It's very interesting. The tiger represents divine feminine energy, but they are also loners. They're very solitary. And this person has, in a way, they've maybe been in a lot of clingy, obsessive, kind of toxic relationship dynamics, and they're feeling like they need to be on their own. But at the same time, this person also has always felt like they had to fend for themselves. So even when they were in relationships, they felt like they were doing everything on their own anyway. Some of them are just trying to let go of the idea of relationships altogether right now because it creates too much stress. So there's a lot of grief in this person. I'm kind of sitting in this grief, and this person is definitely in a process of healing. So I just feel like this person isn't ready for a relationship. They can have a friendship, but they're not ready for a relationship right now. Okay. What else? Gratitude. Gratitude is an energy that attracts more abundance and joy. When you're grateful, you align your frequency with the universe. Let gratitude be a part of your life and remind you to focus on the beautiful things around you. They are grateful for you. They are grateful for your love. If you gave this person a lot of love, if you brought a lot of light into this person's life, if you made them laugh, if you made them smile, they are grateful for that. And they are working on getting out of this dark place. You may have brought this person a lot of light. And they want to give back to you. This person wants to be able to give back to you. Fear. Yeah, this intense fear. They do have an intense fear of the unknown. They have very deep doubts that they will be able to have this deep love. They are trying to overcome this, but it's something very deep in this person that they have to allow. They've been maybe running from this for a long time. So they're trying to face this fear. They're trying to be grateful for this coping mechanism that protected them when they couldn't protect themselves. You know, they may have not been protected as a child, and so they developed this armor in order to protect themselves as an adult. And they have to learn how to shed that armor and to have that inner child trust that, you know, they don't need these coping mechanisms anymore, to be grateful for them. It's almost like this person's doing some sort of self-talk where they're like talking to their fears, saying, I'm grateful for you, but I don't need you anymore. You know, I'm learning to be honest. I'm learning to trust. I'm learning to shed light on my wounds. I'm learning to embrace love, to believe that I deserve love, to be happy. Yeah, we have conflict here twice. Yeah, something may have happened in their life. This person could have had a crisis, a sudden crisis moment that they're like almost stunted, like their growth got stunted because they had some sort of extreme crisis moment. Some of them could have lost a parent when they were a child, something like that too. Or had a near-death experience as a child that changed them forever. Let's see. Shame. Yeah, this person, they could have experienced some sort of childhood abuse. Intimate abuse even. So trigger warning. But they have a lot of shame. They feel unworthy and insufficient. And they are working on loving themselves as a unique individual. They're learning to accept all parts of themselves and to heal and love themselves. Yeah, but they are letting go. They're trying to release these heavy emotions. They're trying not to dwell on the past, but to allow these things that they've been running from to catch up with them and to shed light on them. They're trying to lighten their load and open up and move on to a new phase of life. This person is not against being with you. But they're just, this is very much an, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm just not, I just am not ready. And I'm sorry. What else? Messages from their heart and soul. Bonding. As you get to know each other, you discover many things in common. So this person is still willing to get to know you, but they also don't want to hurt you if you have an expectation of them that they cannot maintain or uphold right now. So if there's a lot of passionate or romantic energy here that can't be expressed, it's like it's creating a lot of pain. It's creating a lot of wounding. And so this does feel like a connection where if the friendship is too painful right now, there needs to be separation. It's like this person is open to the idea of getting to know you, or to deepening this connection in the future. Yeah. Life partner. Your romance is stable, ready to go the distance, and reaching out. Expect a call or text from your person of interest. Some of you, yeah, this is an ex-wife or husband that's probably going to reach out to you and want to make, you know, or an ex-partner you were engaged to, or something, that they may reach out to you and talk to you and check in with you and see if you're ready. Or they will reach out to you when they're ready. When they're stable. Dreams come true, have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through. So this person has to rebuild their faith in love, in themselves. So it does feel like this person's like, look, I am on pause right now. I am healing. I'm not rejecting you forever. I just can't be with anyone right now. I'm struggling with a lot of difficulties, and internal, external. There's a lot going on here. It could have been between the two of you as well. It could have triggered a lot of fears, a lot of pain in them. If you two had a breakup and, you know, you're hoping to get back together, this person's not ready for that. But it does feel like they want to reach out to you, and they may call or text you. They may talk to you a little bit, but they're not ready. Okay, so from their higher self specifically, we have Imrama, where are you being called to journey to, and mirror, who or what is triggering you. Yeah, this person is starting to look at their own shadows. They are journeying within, and they feel like they need to go off on their own on a soul searching journey here to face their triggers. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. This person may have experienced victimization and bullying and abuse in a way that has made them silence themselves, mute themselves, deny themselves, and find relationships and romance very triggering. And they are learning to speak their truth, to express their truth. They may have faced persecution, or may be facing persecution. They may be wrongly accused by people in their life. A lot of people, they may mirror and trigger a lot of people. So this person may be innocently expressing themselves and their own frustrations and angers and fears that they are honest with others about are actually triggering people to reject them. So this person may experience a lot of rejection and wrongful accusations and hurtful behavior from friends, family, and loved ones because they speak their truth. And so they have to censor themselves, they feel, but they can't, because this could be, this reminds me of Pile 2, but this is a little different, but this reminds me of an autistic person. They don't have to be, but it's someone who is completely misunderstood, because they can lack self-control. They can have meltdowns. They can have outbursts. They have a strong sense of justice. They don't follow social rules, and they trigger people because they don't fit like everybody else. They don't fall in line and do what they're told. And people project a lot of their own fears and insecurities onto them. Yeah, and some of them are holding on. This is another message. Some of them, you may be holding on to a marriage, or they may be holding on to a marriage that's keeping the two of you apart. So if you're staying in a marriage, a loveless marriage, this person is coming through and saying, like, I'm not gonna do anything more with you as long as you're with someone else. It's very triggering for me for you to have another person and to not be taking this opportunity with me. That message just now came through, but I can see it in the entire reading. It's maybe this person doesn't want to hurt you, but they don't want anything to do with an affair if this is something that you're having with this person and you're not letting go of somebody that you're holding on to, even if it's a loveless marriage or it's just your best friend, or you know, but you're still married. If you're still spiritually or like legally tied to someone else, this person, they want you to work through all of that first. They want you to choose them and to choose yourself first and to free yourself from that. So yeah. And their higher self knows that it's the right thing to do to bring this into the light. And and to bring this out of the shadows and out of the dark. So there could be many reasons why this connection is mirroring shadows and bringing up pain. But their higher self wants you to bring yourself into the light, into the truth of what is meant for you, and to look at yourself in the mirror and to look at your triggers and to believe in the possibility that the two of you could communicate, that you could trust them, that you could come and express yourself, and that you could, there's something here about you being brave, their higher self asking you to be brave, to not give up on them necessarily. And again, this could just be a friendship. This may not be able to be anything but a friendship. So take that how it fits you. Let's get some messages. Pile 3's person's messages. My whole body burns at the thought of you. I would just hurt you more right now. I need to be alone. That is a strong message here. Your face haunts me day and night, especially if this person betrayed you. Give me more time. I'm not good enough for you yet. I remember you. So yeah, some of you, this is a very long gone divorce. You're the song of my heart. Some of you feel like you're going to reunite with this person in another lifetime because it didn't work out in this one. Some of you, this is actually someone who's already crossed over. Wow, yeah. You are healing my soul, but it is a work in progress, and I'm entwined with the thought of finding you one day. Yeah, all of a sudden this message is like, some of you, if you're a widow or a widower, this is like you're crossed over husband or wife. I've tried telling you the truth so many times, but I just cannot for some reason. For some of you, wow, this message of somebody dying with the truth about something that happened that you always suspected in your marriage. That's going to be for somebody. It's very important. That's really not going to fit all of you, but you know who you are. And this person is coming through the other side, that they wish they had told you the truth. Yeah. Okay. So, or if they never chose you, and the truth was that they were so wounded that they could never really allow love in. Okay. So your advice, follow your calling. Yeah, interesting. Attend your life's purpose. Where are you being called to journey to? So your advice and your person's higher self message has to do with following your calling. And the joy of generosity, give and make room to receive. So you may struggle with one aspect, either giving or receiving. So bringing that into balance in yourself. Everything that exists in this world has a purpose. From tiny insect to a huge mountain range, we all have been designed and created for our particular tasks. Our purpose is an expression of our ideal self and the way we wish to be. Our lives are meaningful and significant when we are aligned with our unique calling. You are formed and cherished by the Creator for doing your specific work. The purpose in your life is personal and must be developed from within you. Each new day allows you to decide how you want to express yourself in the world. If you wish to exult in the beauty of life, you need to find out what's in your heart that can make the journey of your soul pleasant. Use the resources, ideas, and opportunities that come your way as guidance for pursuing possibilities. Open your heart and let it anoint you with its deep wisdom of love. Seek your own reason for being. As you continue the journey, obstacles might appear to divert your attention. Look for ways to face your challenges with endurance. Love and faith are what will guide you, even when you are being lured away from your chosen path. Once you have found your calling, follow through patiently to experience the happiness and joy you set for yourself. I am determined to discover and follow my life's purpose wholeheartedly. So this could have been a connection that was activating you in order to wake you up and align you with your truth. So you could be mirroring everything that in this reading this person was saying, could be how you feel also about them, and messages from your heart and soul to them could be mirrored. So you could be healing one another's soul. And so it's really important that you follow your calling. And there's something here about as you do that, this person will be able to leave and go, whoa. For those of you that this person is no longer alive, they would like to return to the light, but they are staying here next to you to help you find your purpose. And as you find your purpose, this person will detach and they'll be able to move on. But there's no need to feel guilty for that, okay? They're making that choice, okay? Because this could be, you could have like a divine counterpart that has already crossed over. Yeah, your soul mirror may not be on this planet. Yeah? So that's just for a few of you. But either way, as you move toward the light and your purpose and out of the grief and the darkness and the pain, you are allowing happiness to come in and joy, and you're going to set yourself free if you are experiencing a lot of this grief and pain and fear as well. Joy of generosity. I'm just going to skim this. I didn't read a second card in pile 1, and pile 2 I was supposed to, but I'll read this for sure. I am a beacon of generosity. I share loving kindness with the people I meet every day. So yeah, you may have a fear of not having enough. So allow yourself to give and receive and trust that your abundance comes from a higher source, okay? And there's something here about simple acts of kindness, not having to do like things to impress others or, you know, giving away what you don't have, and not necessarily even financial, but giving your heart and giving your time in simple ways. Your love, attention, and kindness. And allow people to give you compliments. Allow people to, because that's a way of giving to others, is receiving from them what they offer you. Yeah. So this last part I will read. Have faith that life will bring balance and give back to you when you give to others something new, sweet, and precious. As you give generously, you will make space to experience something far greater than you could imagine. Grace will create an opening for something wonderful to appear in its proper time and season. So if this connection cannot work out for you, don't shut yourself off from the world. And realize that this light is being reflected back to you, that each soul is, you know, a spark of light on this planet, and that we're here to lift each other up, and that we're not meant to be alone. Yeah, speak from your heart and be free and let go of the past. Okay, some of you need to have a conversation with this person that you've been avoiding in order to shift this energy. So there's something about actually allowing yourself to open up. So the silence between you and this person could be you. It may not even be that they want silence between the two of you, but they're respecting your silence. So there is some advice here, and their higher self calling out to you to actually share your voice, to speak your feelings, to speak. Yeah, look, I have no words for your kindness and generosity. There's something here about you actually letting people be kind and generous to you. Knowing how to say thank you. This person would like to have words with you. They would like to hear your words. Wow. And my love for you goes so deep. Okay, these readings have been profound today. Just wow. Okay. I didn't know what I was going to do until this morning. And sometimes Spirit's just like, okay, here we go. And it's super powerful. Okay, so these are confirmations. Peaceful resolution. So no matter what happens between the two of you, I do believe there's going to be a peaceful resolution, that the angels are watching over you. And I feel like that's what you both want right now. We have think the impossible, the unexpected. There could be something here about someone having children. Maybe there's an issue around fertility or children. Again, someone may have lost a child and may feel like they can never have children again. So there's something here about healing that. Red hair, short hair, mohawk, goatee, earplugs, slender, couch potato, deep voice, studious and strong. My beloved, and what's the point of it all? There is a depression here. I am feeling an intense grief and depression. Okay, so I do feel like there's deep healing possible here for both of you, though. Okay. We have Virginia, Chicago, Illinois, Italy, North Africa, Unitarian Universalist. That's a place of faith and like socialism kind of place, social action. We have ghosted, we have monogamy, we have Hawaii, we have Hong Kong. Canadian Islands, Istanbul, Turkey. Singapore, Denver, Colorado, and Salesfield. Okay, so I'm going to get numbers, letters, and charms here. And then we'll do an angel number to close out your reading. That's a lot of charms, but it's okay. We will go with it. All right, so we have 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. So now 5, 5, 5. We have 11. We have 6, 6, 6, and 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay. So for charms, we have the Hamsa here, so that could be significant. Someone's name could be Hamsa. This is like a protection from evil eye, hand of protection. Eastern cultures. It's also called the Hand of Fatima as well. So the name Fatima could be significant here. I have this little turtle. So turtles live to be, well, at least sea turtles live to be very, very old. I believe this is a sea turtle. Sea turtles could be significant. Oceans could be significant. Someone, yeah, could live where there are sea turtles, like Hawaii or on an island somewhere. Or maybe you visited an island. I sat with sea turtles on the beach in Hawaii once, many, many years ago, and it was very, very precious. We have this owl here. Someone could be a night owl. Owls could be significant. Someone could be a seer, psychic. Owls can turn their head all the way around so they can see all the way around them. So something about getting like a bird's eye view or being able to see the whole picture. Also, maybe you turn a lot of heads. You're really beautiful. Your person thinks that. We have this little angel charm. So definitely angelic frequencies. This could be someone definitely from the other side. The angels may be trying to communicate with you. This feels like a baby angel too. We have this here. This is actually a septum ring. So bulls, Tauruses. Someone could have a septum piercing. Also is like a crescent moon. We have this feather here, different from the feather in Pal 2, but it reminds me of feathers on dream catchers. So someone could be native, indigenous, from a tribe that creates dream catchers. A dream catcher could be significant. Definitely birds could be significant here. Something about sending a message or finding feathers also on the ground, like angels, feathers that are, you know, signs of loved ones from the other side. We have golf here. So we have 18, so the 18th of the month could be significant. 18 holes of golf. Someone could play golf, live near a golf course. Someone could drive a Volkswagen Golf. And then there's this gear here. So it almost feels like I'm hearing there's a spanner in the works, which I always hear, it's like an Irish phrase, I think, or English phrase, spanner in the works. Reminds me of Moon and Back Tarot. Reminds me of Shelley, because she says that sometimes. So there could be something here about gears. Also, someone could drive a manual vehicle where they have to shift gears. And it does almost feel like the gears are turning, the wheels are turning, things are changing. Your connection has actually been a catalyst. You know, I'm seeing the gears, the teeth of gears like move together to create, you know, an engine. So engines could be important, and working together. Someone could be an engineer also, but working together has like actually created movement. So maybe working with this person, communicating, like I'm hearing like, you know, putting your minds together and communicating could actually help work things out, like getting the gears going. Two minds are better than one, things like that. So let's see, letters A, E, E, another A, so two of those, two A's and two E's. We have X, Q, two X's. Axe, interesting, the word axe. We have C, another Q. We have Y, S, and Y. We have a lot of doubles here. Wow. M, Z, V, N, another A, and an I. So there's that. Let's get you an angel number to close out your reading. Where the heck did I put them? Oh, there they are. Okay. This person's very emotionally exhausted. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3 is on the back, and actually you guys are gonna have that one as well, but 14, 14, possibilities. So temperance energy. So you could both be mirroring like healing, pouring into your own cups. You're both being like taken care of, guided by the angels. There's a need for patience in this connection. Possibilities. Building strong foundations creates a stability and welcomes in possibilities. All possibilities exist and are amplified when gratitude is felt for the foundations that are in place. That is really interesting because this person is trying to maintain a state of gratitude and work toward a foundation with you, even if it just is a friendship. I'm grateful for all that is and all that will be. I trust in the possibilities of what I desire or something greater. And pile 2, if you came from there, you have messages there. There's something here similar where there was a message in the confirmations of there is something better. So this could be a connection where both of you are healing and grieving something from the past and you're not ready for each other. And this could be the better thing that you're not quite ready for because both of you are going through a lot. And some of you are letting go of the person in pile 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, vision. Your path will not look identical to anyone else's. That is what makes you unique. Remember that as you stay the path that feels connected, the path will continue to lead you to alignment. Let your vision be as different as you are. And my path is mine and mine alone. When I follow my path, alignment comes naturally. So don't let anybody else's opinions deter you from this path. Whether you want this connection or not, do what is right for you. Yeah. You don't have to let other people, family, friends, outside influences tell you who you are. Okay, so check in with yourself and make sure you're going the direction that feels right to you and that you're following your true calling. Okay, and that is your reading, my pile 3s. Thank you so much for being here. I do personals. My email's in the description. I appreciate when you like, share, comment, and subscribe because that helps my channel a lot. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.